Today we will look at dipole-dipole interactions and hydrogen bonding. Our question of the day is, how do you think these two molecules would interact with each other? So if we have two water molecules with a partial positive and a partial negative, how do they interact? First, let's draw the Lewis structure for CH3Br and mark partial charges. So we know that carbon with its 4 unpaired valence electrons will go in the middle, and we will have a bromine on one side with its 3 pairs and 1 unpaired valence electron, and hydrogen will go on the other side, and each of these hydrogens will have 1 unpaired valence electron, which can then participate in a covalent bond with the carbon. So we have 4 covalent bonds going from the carbon to different. This results in a partial negative charge up top where the bromine is and a partial positive charge opposite it. The overall molecule will be asymmetrical and therefore polar. The electrons will be pulled towards the bromine due to its high electronegativity. That's what this dipole is showing. Electrons from the hydrogen being pulled towards the bromine. Now, predict what will happen when there are other CH3Br molecules around. So pause the video and think about this. What might happen? Well, because the molecule is polar with partial charges, the molecules will act like tiny magnets that both attract and repel each other. The force of attraction between molecules that makes them stick together due to a partial charge is called an intermolecular force. Just like in ionic bonding, the positive and negative ends attract each other. We call this force of attraction between polar molecules a dipole-dipole force. Dipole as in two poles or two polar molecules. Now, hydrogen bonding is not an actual bond. It's an extra strong dipole-dipole force where the molecules have a hydrogen atom with either a nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine atom. So the hydrogen, which has a very, very small electronegativity, and the nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine, which has very, very large electronegativity, creates a very strong partial positive or partial negative, resulting in a very strong dipole-dipole force. That is because these elements have a small radius and high electronegativity, giving them an extra strong force. Now, pause the video and try the show what you know questions. For each of the following polar molecules, you will need to determine if the primary intermolecular force is dipole-dipole or hydrogen bonding. Now, I'm just going to write DD for dipole-dipole or HB for hydrogen bonding to save some time. So, for example, water or H2O has hydrogen and oxygen. That results in hydrogen bonding. For number 2, you have hydrogen and sulfur. Since you do not have nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine, then it's just going to be a simple dipole-dipole bond. For number 3, you have hydrogen and fluorine, which results in hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen and chlorine is dipole-dipole. Nitrogen and hydrogen is hydrogen bonding. Now, down here at the bottom, we have CH3OH. This one's a little bit trickier, but what you end up with is a COH and then 3 H's. Now, if you look at this, you'll see that you still have that OH bond. So, this is in fact hydrogen bonding. Now, H2Br is going to be dipole-dipole, and H2SE is going to be dipole-dipole as well.